Hi, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I am going to do a neutral mani today. So last time I had a very bright mani with Berry Bliss. So today I'm going to go neutral. I am trying to just have a little bit more calm. I'm actually going to play around with the jellies, the neutral jellies that we have. And so I'm starting with, oh, I should have looked. I can't remember what this was called. Good Impressions, I think it was called. I believe this was a fall floral that we had back a couple years ago. I don't even remember what year. So this is a partial that I had. I just wanted to try a pattern underneath. Let me see if the set says. Oh, this one is called Floral Obligation. So there were two that were released that time. One was Good Impression, and this one was Floral Obligation. So this is Floral Obligation. I can't remember if it was fall last year or the year before. But it is a pretty fall, like, colors, but it is still in that neutral palette. So I'm going for a neutral look this time, or today. And I'm trying to play around with a vertical format, which I don't normally do. So I'm hoping I can make this work, and this isn't a lost video, but we'll see, because I don't normally record this way. And my dog keeps coming in and out of the room, so I was just checking. Alright, so Floral Obligation, I'm going to put on 2 fingers, and then I'm going to put Macaron over the top, because I want to see how that will look. And then I'm going to have Macaron by itself on my thumb with an overlay, and then I'm going to do pink Cashmere, which is also a very neutral jelly. It's a very like almost nude kind of color. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'm kind of stepping outside my comfort zone. This isn't what I normally do. I feel like I don't know if I'm in the right spot here. Are we focusing okay? I think so. So I worked today on my office. So back during COVID, when my husband, so when my husband started working from home, this bedroom, we have a split level, 2 bedrooms up, 2 bedrooms down. And when we first moved in, the children were young. Like, my oldest was in 2nd grade. My youngest was still in preschool. And then they shared a room up here. And then eventually my oldest moved downstairs. And then the idea was we redid both of those rooms before they moved downstairs. So during COVID, I can't remember if my oldest or my youngest had a room up. Sorry, my dog's barking now. I can't remember if my youngest, we had already started like demoing and remodeling the bedroom down there or not. But during COVID, we finished it, at least, if not started and finished. That might have happened too. But so when we first started, and my husband had to work from home, he was like, we moved a table and his little, like, he was working on a folding table and in my youngest's bedroom. And then we redid, during COVID, we redid the whole office, and we got this like big L-shaped desk. And so now we had 3 3 like desk spaces. We had my desk, which is what I'm working on, and then we had so I'm at the one, like the short end of the L, and then my daughter, my youngest child, is kind of next to me and then because we had a gaming computer set up, and then my husband was on the other end. So but now my husband isn't working from home very much anymore. He's back in the office, and my youngest, who's now a teenager, has been wanting to move the computer down to the basement because that's where they do VR, and we got a setup so that they can do VR with the computer. So okay, so this set, sorry, I'm gonna go over this set. This is pink cashmere from the new Fall Edit collection. It is a jelly, and it is a very sheer, very pale pink color. So it's gonna look, I'm assuming it's gonna look very neutral on me. But so that was what I was going for, this light color. Sorry, I'm gonna kind of focus a little bit here on what I'm doing. It is very neutral. And then all right, so this weekend we ran to IKEA, or Friday night we ran to IKEA and found a small, so we have a very tight space in the basement. So the basement has, which we haven't used lately because it has been full of a bunch of stuff we need to get rid of. So when we remodeled, so in 2020 we remodeled both the second bedroom down there, and then we but then since then, so it's been 3 years, this last spring for their birthday, my youngest wanted to redecorate already and change the decorations. So we did that for their birthday in March, but which meant we had a bunch of furniture that they didn't want. We got them a new desk that wasn't such a little kid desk, and actually we got them both, they both had little IKEA desks, and now we got them normal people-sized desks. So I have this weird part of the strip that I'm not liking that's doing. Huh. The edge isn't adhering flat, so it has that light line on it. It's very weird. I am going to put an overlay, but I don't think that's going to cover it up enough. It's weird. It's not... Is it just not sticking at that edge? This is weird because if it doesn't stick, then when it cures, it's just going to peel up from that side, I would guess. I don't know. It's definitely not. Let me try Stacy's trick. So if you haven't tried the flax bag trick, so I heated this up for about 40 seconds, and then I do have my heating mat on too, so try to keep it warm. But you basically fold over your flax bag and you just kind of rub or rotate your finger around. I'm still getting that weird edge. I can't get it to adhere, so I don't know how that's gonna hold up over time here, but we will see, and maybe an overlay will help. So I might as well do all of these since I'm doing them. The heat, and then there's the little bit of kind of moisture from, sorry, my desk is, I'm gonna try to turn this light down, it's pretty bright. Let's see if I can turn this one down too. It's okay. The the heat and the little flax seeds that are in here help really cure the strips and smooth them out. So I'm going to do that real quick and see if that helps at all with this. It's very smooth. It's just has that little edge that doesn't want to, and I don't know if it's not sticking or I don't know what the deal is, because it's not over. I thought at first it was overlapping, but I don't think it is. Like, see, it's just not. I'm gonna trim that off. It's like a little bit that's not sticking, and then hoping that my overlay is gonna help hide that too. I don't know what. I feel like it's gonna make it. I don't know if the jelly was just like not as sticky on that part. None of the sets smelled like polish, so I did the sniff test and they did not have any sort of issues with that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just the edge of the jellies are thinner. Oh, that could be, because I have submitted a ticket where you could see the strip, and maybe, well, with this color it would be really hard to tell if it was thinner against that, on that paper backing. I didn't notice, but I'm just gonna trim that off because I can tell that that's not gonna, because you see how easy that trimmed off too, just that little bit. So hopefully that'll help with the longevity here. All right, let's try this one. We're gonna get all these under here just in case. It's taking me a little longer than I had anticipated. All right, so you can tell the sheerness of these just when I put them on that backing, and then they're very pretty. I like the color. Here, I'm gonna do, maybe it was just overlapping a little too much. I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's, oh, that one's better. Maybe I just had it too close to my proximal fold. I don't know, I can't tell. I don't know if that was me or the set on that one. Alright, anyway, let's smooth that out a little bit, and we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna try to remember to not do my thumbs because I always forget when I even though I'm planning to do 2 layers. I have not 100% decided which, so I have 2 overlays out that I want to kind of play around with, and I haven't decided which ones, but I do want to add dark. I'm going to add the Macaron over. So alright, so these the dessert first line with the neutral jellies that had the black sesame color, which I really like too. I'm excited to wear that one. I'll have to do that one soon. I just really felt like a nude or a neutral mani today, and I'm doing Stacy's bingo board, and I wanted to get that one marked off next. which actually this has been helping me decide which manis to do, because I'm not the best at deciding. It's like when you have too many choices, you know. How do you guys decide? I would love to know like how you guys pick what you want to do. Comment. All right, we're gonna put Macaron over the flower set. I like these together, but it's just, I'm gonna keep adding stuff because I can. And I want to play around with this one. Seal sheer again, and then I do want to add some overlays on either all of them or at least the pinks, the pink cashmere. So all right, so this is Macaron on top of Floral Obligation. Oh, I didn't center it perfectly. We will trim some off and see if we can get that to look good. That's my problem with overlays, is I'm not always I don't always line them up the best. So there's that. I'm not consistent, I guess, about lining them up. And I don't know how to. Ooh, I like that color. All right, so on bottom on this, these are Floral Obligation, the Macaron from the what's it called, the Dessert First collection. All right, let's see. So I kind of did, well, that's gonna be fine. I don't need to be so picky. All right. Let's see, I'm not sure how my focus is here. Does it reset? Okay. So I'm gonna keep going with my original intention because I like how it's turning out. And then we're gonna add some glitter because I love glitter. And I have two to play around with. I haven't decided what exactly I wanted to do. I really love these together right now. I haven't played around with these neutral jellies before, and I'm really liking them. I have done some of the really bright jellies that we first got, but these are really fun to see for fall here. If you haven't worn these yet or you haven't tried them, I think these are around till mid-September, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have it memorized. I should, but I do not, because we just had the Cascade Color Cascade and the Destination Hawaii collections retire, but this one and Back to School are more mid to the end of September. What did I do here? That's alright, I'll just let that cure like that. Oh yes, I like these together, you guys. Okay. I don't do neutral a lot, but I'm digging it. Alright, I really want to do my thumbs, but I'm not going to. So, I want to try. I couldn't decide between Champagne Fizz. I do want to do Champagne Fizz. And I took out Champagne Sugar because that's one of my favorite overlays. And maybe I'll do one of each. Let's see. Let's see if I fall in love with this over it. I'm going to turn this back on. Oh, maybe I didn't turn it off. Oh, I did. Okay. Let's see what I have here. Let's try the Subtle Champagne Fizz, which is a gold, more of a gold dusting that I want to do. Maybe I should do this. I was just going to do it here, but maybe I'll do it on this. Okay, maybe I'll do... Alright, I'm going to do Champagne Fizz over Macaron. And then I'm going to do Champagne Sugar on the pink Cashmere. Ooh, I like it. Okay. I don't usually like to do 3 layers, but I really wanted to see what that looked like. And I love it. So, you know, it's worth it. And maybe I won't keep these on forever, because once they start to grow out, I won't like the... Now that's going to be hard to capture that shimmer maybe. We will see. I got this all fingerprinted because I was holding it. I don't know if this is going to stretch enough to cover my tip. It is not. So we're going to get another one of these. Alright, so I'm going to put that a little low on my fingernail. Ooh, I like it. Alright. Can you see? I feel like I'm getting a lot of glare. Alright. We're going to do these on my thumbs with that. And then we're going to do pinky and one more finger. Okay, we're going to do this one. Oops. These are going to go back. Alright, so this is what I was thinking, and I'm glad sometimes it's like I figure I have the plan in my head, but it doesn't always look what I think it's going to look like, so it's always good when it looks nice. What you had in your head. Alright, so finishing my story with the whole desk situation. My youngest wanted the VR and the computer both on the basement in our family room, which is still very open. We have one thing I've learned, for good or bad, is that we don't have a door to our basement because we have a split level and it just doesn't have a door. It's just open so we can hear everything going on in the basement. So for sleepovers it's quite loud. Sometimes we want to close the door, but there isn't a door, and it's weird. We can't put a door because we'd have to redo the whole staircase and stuff, because it's not a normal staircase. It like gets wider at the bottom, and there's no, it's not set up for a door. That's not how it was designed. So, oh, I did the wrong pinky. That's funny. That's funny. This pinky's more narrow than my other pinky, so I usually use the narrow side. Like this was I totally flipped it around. Anyway, whatever. So went to IKEA. We did got a little desk, and it's a kid desk, but it was height adjustable, but it was the right size to fit in our little tiny space. There's like a little space in our corner next to the couch, like against the kind of by our fireplace. So we got that set up this weekend, and my husband and my kiddo went and got like computer stuff to get everything working. And then today I rearranged the office a little bit, so I was happy to get we had an extra I don't know if you guys are familiar with the IKEA, like they have these cube shelving units. I can't remember what they're called. I know that everything has like a name at IKEA, but I can't remember. But it's like these, I think they're 1 foot by 1 foot cubes. Maybe they're different, but it's these different units and you can like, well, stack them and whatever. So we have had several different configurations, different bedrooms and stuff, but we ended up, when we remodeled Koi's bedroom this last time in the spring, I had this extra 2x4 cube system, and I already have a 2x4 one up in my office. So basically today we stacked them. So now I have this big, like all this more storage, and we put it where the gaming computer used to be. So now I have more storage, and I have so I ordered some new drawers, like things to put my nails in, so hopefully those will work. This set is super close to the edge. I wonder if this is going to be a problem. Look how close this set is to the edge. If these are dry, we know why, but this is old. This is, oh, I do have a white mark here. We'll see how these are. This is champagne sugar, so this is an old set, so not that I'm going to be able to replace it or anything. Oh, it's like stuck too. Oh, it's like got way too close to the heat, so it's like sticking to the... Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad I'm opening this set and not a customer. Goodness, these are very sticky. Well, maybe they're not dry then. Interesting. Alright, we're going to use those two. I'm just going to put these, they kind of feel stiff. They feel a little bit like they may be dried out. I don't know. They're pretty stuck to the thing too, so who knows. Alright, we're going to put those away from this. Like, see, they like I don't know, this set's old, so it's been around for a while, and I could grab the packaging and look what year it was made. They're not gonna go down very well. We're just gonna seal them up. Let's get some air out. Alright, so let's see what this looks like on the nice cashmere, pink cashmere. Let's put these under here, and maybe these are getting a little warm. Let's take those out. Let's heat those up for a couple seconds here. Oh, I kind of want to do my thumbs. I'll wait. So we're going to add some gold glitter to these ones, and hopefully then it'll pick up kind of that gold in these. That's my plan. So I was working on, I got all the sets finally pulled for the ruckus. Ooh, yeah, this is an interesting, okay, don't do that, because this is sticking to the plastic, which is not usually a good sign when a set is sticking to the plastic. This set is super sticky. Oh my goodness. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to it's like jelly. Alright, turn this off. Hold on. Turn off my mat. Wow. That is interesting. It's like super stretchy, super gummy. Oh, it's still gonna look pretty, but if I can get it to lay nice. Alright. That is a set, I guess. I don't know. Well, I'm glad it's me messing with this set. It's still such a pretty color. It's just super sticky and like gooey. It's very weird. It's like behaving like it's liquid. It's like way too jelly like. like it's melting onto my nails. Oh, it's gonna ruin my other nail. Son of a gun. Maybe not. Maybe I can scrape it off. Oh my gosh, it's like stuck to my fingers. Hold on a second. It is a very interesting, gummy, stretchy mess here. Alright, how do I get this? I don't know. It doesn't, they're not even that hot. I think they're just gummy. Okay, let's see if I can. Alright, sorry, I have to. It's like I'm trying to concentrate. Ugh, seriously, it just stretches. Like it sticks to my fingers. Alright, that is gonna be close enough. I am just gonna. It got so thin. Alright, let's see if we can trim. Alright, I like the look. It's an awful set to work with right now because it's so like sticky and stretchy. I'm gonna let this other one sit out for a minute here, away from my heat mat. We don't want it to get any more heat because definitely we're gonna work on concentrating on actually using that anchor method a little bit more so it doesn't stretch so much, because it is definitely sticking to my fingers a ton. So we'll try to save this next one and see if it is a little bit better. That is fine. I like how it looks. It has gumped a big gummy mess at the top here, so let's try to clean that off. It's like a thick. Alright. It likes to stick to the tips of my other nails, unfortunately. Alright, so let's see if I can handle this one less. If it sticks, the plastic sticks to the strip. Again, it is kind of, but not as bad. Now I know what to watch for. I'm gonna empty this. Okay, so let's see. This is definitely acting the same way. Oh yeah, see, look, it's actually not gonna peel off very well. Very interesting. Can I save it? It's a super gummy set. Let's see if I can get the perforation to be semi-curved. It's almost like the end is worse. This little end by the tab. Maybe not though. Maybe it's all like that. It just keeps sticking under my nail. Sorry. I felt like this was going better, and then all of a sudden I added an old set that got a little, that is a little too gummy. Yeah, it's just super sticky, and it's sticking to the back, so it stretches it out. Alright, I'm just gonna deal with that end later. Let's get this good. Well, it's, sorry, hold on, I'm gonna try to get that lined up decently. Okay. Alright, so that one is okay. It is very gummy. I almost want to give up on that little part. I wonder if I can. I don't know if I can get this to like not, it's kind of folded in on itself. It's super gummy. I'm just gonna trim that off because, man, it's a pain. Alright, we're gonna take that off. that whole little sticky end that was like rolled up. This became more than we intended it to be here. Or a little trickier, I guess. I'm trying not to handle it, so I'm trying to use this anchor technique, and then of course it's sticking to that even though it was the right side. Alright, I mean, it was a little bit better than the other side that was like, or the other strip, because I was able to, I learned from the first one. We're gonna trim off the little corners because I kind of squared it off to get that little part that kind of doubled up, kind of curled on itself. I was just gonna take off the excess here, and then we'll finish the thumbs. All right. I'm digging my neutral mani. I don't normally do neutral. Let's see if we can get it to focus. This close. Is that in focus? I'm having trouble telling. And then, all right, so the last things we're gonna do are the thumbs. We're gonna do a layer of macaron. No flowers on this one. I'm gonna line it up and see as close as I can to that proximal fold without going over. Line that back up. I am a little particular about my sets, but not terribly. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna get that back on here. Stick these here just to help them warm up a little. They've been out a little longer, so let me trim this off. Just gonna clean up the edges real quick with my thumbs. My dog just scared me because he scratched at the door and I jumped. That's funny. Alright, get that nice and smooth. Did I get that cleaned up enough? There's a little bit stuck to my skin. There, I got that. I did trim my nails. I like to trim my nails kind of short every once in a while. So I did do that, and I filed my nails, and then oopsie, we're gonna keep that on there. I trimmed them, filed them, pushed my cuticles back earlier today, and that was my nail prep. And then I don't have a base coat on today, but we're gonna bunch that up, and then we're gonna use the rubber cuticle pusher because I don't want to damage the tip of my other thumb by using it as the tool. And then we're going to be putting the overlay, the Champagne Fizz overlay over the top for a little kind of a gold finish. It has it's like the equivalent, you know, of putting on a glittery top coat, but this is more of a shimmery, now I'm getting them too warm, a shimmery finish to it. If you're familiar with Color Street The finish reminds me of, what's it called? Heat Wave. There was a bright red orange set that had a shimmery gold, like a dusting of gold shimmer over it, over the whole set, and that's what this Champagne Fizz reminds me of. So it definitely has that gold dusting effect. So sometimes too, instead of using my thumb, once I did my other nail, I'm going to trim it up. I might have done this earlier, but I'm going to trim it up, excuse me, with the, what is this called? The orange stick, or the wood cuticle pusher. And then I'm going to trim off this tip as a little bit extra hanging off. And then just one more. Finally. Again, apologize, this got a little longer than I had intended because of that extra goopy champagne sugar. But again, I'm glad that I got that set and not a customer. Not saying that customers don't get sets like that, because obviously they do. Alright, that is, I really like the finish on that over Macaron, so I am happy with how that turned out. It took us a little bit longer to get there than I had intended, but I do like the finished product with, for my neutral mani. Again, I'm using, right now on the thumb, I have Macaron on the bottom, and that was a neutral jelly set from the Dessert First collection. I think it's available till like the 17th or 18th of September, if I'm not mistaken. And then over the top is Champagne Fizz, which was from a subscription box. So if you haven't gotten a subscription box, the ColorPlace subscription boxes are super fun because it's a surprise nails. It's kind of been 3 to 4 sets. Sometimes they're like the smaller accent packs. Sometimes it's a little mini 6 or 12 strip pack instead of the 16. We've had decals, we've had overlays, we've had kind of cutout strips, all sorts of different things. Alright, so Macaron with Champagne Fizz. Let's see if here. Then Floral Obligation on the bottom, Macaron in the middle, and then Champagne Fizz on top. These two are Pink Cashmere with Champagne Sugar. And then, oh, that one's the same as my index finger. So here is my neutral mani. There you go. You guys have a great day or great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.